jump in the game, let's take a ride. Features gaming, it's time to vibe. From London town to the Roblox scene, he's the master of the gaming dream. Roblox gameplay, F1 racing, with content so amazing. But he's got a game that's one of a kind. It's SEO, the train game. We rewind. All aboard, we're heading down the track. With features gaming, there's no looking back. Roblox adventures, he takes us far and wide. Join the fun, hop on for the ride.
You guys, Features Gaming here, welcome back to another stream here on the channel, and today we are going to be playing some American Truck Simulator today. Obviously on a Monday evening we usually do a trucking stream, so that is what we are going to be doing today. So yeah, I have actually already started a job. So if I go to the gameplay scene, you can see how this is not usually our truck. We usually drive a Kenworth, I do believe. And this is a Mack, so I will be honest, it's not going to be an easy task. We're basically driving the entirety of the UK. Now, this might not be a job that we can complete today, I will be honest. It is using a, you know, I am obviously taking quick jobs just because I want to explore more trucks, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to, you know, explore, you know, a few more trucks, really. So we're going to be using this truck, this Mack. To be fair, Macks are kind of my favourite truck in the game, so we're going to be using that. And it's only paying in like $77,000, so it's not actually really that good, because that's only about $33 a mile. So it's not even a that well-paid job, but I just thought it was a decent job to do. So yeah, 40 hours it reckons it's going to take us in game, so that is going to be roughly, so if an hour in game is about 3 minutes, you know, in real life, well, 10 hours in real life, that's half an hour. 60 hours in game, that is, oh sorry, wait, 6. Okay, I literally can't do basic maths. What is going on? 20 hours, that's an hour. 30 minutes, that's an hour and a half. 40 hours is basically 2 hours. So, and that's at minimum as well. So, you know, that's not including any sort of, you know, any sort of traffic or anything. That's literally if we just go now. 2 hours of pure driving. But I'm sure there's going to be a few incidents. We're going to have to refuel a couple of times, I think, as well. So it's not going to be plain sailing. I reckon this is probably going to take us around 3 hours in real life. Probably even more than that. So yeah, I really don't think we're going to be able to do this today. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting job though. That is something that that I would want to do. But anyway, hello everyone in the chat. How you guys doing? Hello Reese. Hello Kaylin. Hello Mr. Baconman. Hello Raphael. Hello Ryan. Hello Southwest Spotter. And everyone else as well in the chat. Hello Kimmy as well on Twitch. How are you doing? If we did the full thing, stream would go past 11. I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. I got a surprise for you later. That sounds awesome. But anyway, let's go ahead and get my wheel on, because obviously we, you know, how else are we supposed to drive if I don't have a wheel? I mean, that's common sense, isn't it? So let's get that on, and let's obviously power it on as well. Yeah, I'm trying to get into a thing where I power off the wheel every time I switch it out, because I sometimes have had the odd occasion where the force feedback has just started going crazy. So just to like be a bit safe, I do make sure to obviously, you know, turn it down a little bit. So yeah, we've got that. I think I've just realised that this has some software issues as well. Yeah, the steering wheel needs an update. I'll try and do that after this stream then. But it shouldn't matter for us today. Which should be good. One thing I do want to see if I can do, stick mode. At the moment it's the button. What if I change it to D-pad? I don't know if that's done anything. basically, on the side here, I have some analog sticks. But the thing is that they're synced to buttons, and I want them to be more... not... What's the word? Is it analog? I don't know. Basically, I can tell it to go left and it will look left. Because at the moment, they're acting as buttons, and I want them to be more... I think analog is the... You know, it is the word, I think, rather than just digital, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't really know how to do that. There probably is a setting that I need to change, but I literally don't know what that is. But anyway, I think without further ado, let's jump into the game and let's get driving, I think. So it's going to take us a while, but we're prepared for it. I literally cannot hear it. There we go. So there we go. Lights are working. Awesome. Horn works. Make sure that my gears are working. Yep, cool. Indicators. Yep, cool. High beams. Yep, we're all good to go. And park and brake. It's not necessary, but might as well. And my chat is connected. Hopefully I should be able to reactivate it. First problem, I can't see my mirrors. So that's going to be interesting. Let me see. That's the wrong thing. Let me see if I can change them. Oh, I've forgotten my wheel things. What wheel have I set it to? I can't remember what I've got it set to. Right, hold on. No, well, I don't know. We're just going to drive and see what happens. Why the hell is that on 400? That should be 200. What? Keys and buttons. What is the right mapping? It is... F4. Okay. F4. I want to sit all the way down if I can, or maybe just slightly. Just so it feels a bit more natural for me. Yeah. Maybe just slightly... I think that's right. And then adjust the mirrors. So left, I need to bring that way in, because I literally cannot see my truck. Left Corvex, bring that out. And then right, that's all good. I might bring it in slightly. Again, from what I was told, you need to have 20 hours and 42 minutes to go. Oh, is that what you're guessing this job is going to take? The theory is when you're setting up mirrors is you need to have 90% of the actual world and 10% of your vehicle in the mirrors. So yes. Why are you not playing the train game on Roblox? Because I don't do that usually on a thing. Right, I actually do need that sat-nav because this truck doesn't have an inbuilt sat-nav. Right, let's go, shall we? No, 20 hours and 41 minutes till... Oh, right. Half of my school week is already over. Good, good. I mean, in the UK it is half term, I think, so... Kind of works. You know, works out well. Just got Wednesday left. Fair enough. Right, That giveaway sign, but I really don't think that's going to matter too much. Right, off we go. 60 mile an hour is the speed limit. So let's try and get up to that speed, shall we? We can see the mirrors. They're good. Awesome, awesome. Tomorrow I got no school. Interesting. It's ASMR type stuff, this. People do say that. I think people were saying it when I had my other world as well. Like, you know, the paddle shifters were just ASMR. Because there's loads of exams at school, and therefore many teachers required for that. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. We only had 2 teachers when we had exams. One was basically the person that dealt with like the exam things, and another one was just a, you know, support teacher. Because the thing is, we had at max 7 people, I think, at once doing an exam. When I think in normal schools it's probably like 30. I don't know how many students, because it's not a written exam that they're doing. Huh, interesting. You only have Tuesday and Wednesday left? Oh, it's a speaking exam. Wait, so why do they need 3 teachers for that? I don't know. I completely understand the perspective from the ASMR, but as a short span person, I couldn't listen to it. Yeah, that makes sense. I know that there are some people that really just do not like ASMR stuff. I get that. You passed GCSE with a 7. I was expected a 4. That's good then. At least I think it's good. I think 7 is the equivalent of an A, I think. Or what, you know, what used to be an A. Do you rate school stuff in Belgium hard? I don't know, because I did all of my school stuff in English, so... Or in the UK at least. Can you not set 40 mph as a cruise control? Oh, you can. I was just about to say, you couldn't set 40 mph as your cruise control speed. In ETS, I think it goes down to like 20. Driving in the night is so relaxing though. Driving in the day, yes, is good, but I don't know. I just prefer nighttime driving, because there's not many idiots on the road, for starters, And B, I just don't know. It just feels a bit more relaxed and, you know, not much stuff that you have to think about. Especially, you know, when, you know, on these country roads, obviously on motorways and things, obviously you do need to keep an eye out, but for something like this, it's not that bad. Well, I need to go. There was no chance I was stopping for that. I tried to slow down, but my brakes failed me. Luckily, I got away before the train arrived, so that's good. Yes, we usually go on Truckers MP when we play Euro Truck. But with American, we kind of... Well, I just mainly play single-player mode, to be honest. We have tried Truckers MP on American Truck, but it's just a bit deserted, really. There's not really that many people there. Do you find people in the US dumb? Yes. Because they don't know what... Well, they do know what football is, but they don't pronounce it as football. No, the steering wheel was not cheap. I think the entire setup, including my stand, I think cost me around 2,000, maybe 1.9-ish. I think coincidentally, my racing wheel was the most expensive part of my setup. Because I think alone that steering wheel was like 500 something. I can't remember now. Yeah, it was, yeah. It was a bit painful seeing that amount of money out of my bank account, but I'll tell you what, it is certainly lived up to my expectations. Ever since I've gotten my new setup, I think I've only been, angry twice, I think. But that's not to do with my setup. That's to do with my... Oh, well, I'm missing that. We won't get fined anyway. That was to do with the track that I was racing on. Whereas before, I was pretty much getting mad at my setup constantly, because... The reason why I basically moved to Moser is because my Thrustmaster wasn't really working as well as it should be. It was always disconnecting and all of that, and it was just getting annoying. So yeah, I kind of knew that I wanted to get a Moser, but I just didn't. But I didn't want to obviously upgrade to it like right away, because obviously, Moser hasn't really been around for that long compared to other competitors. Like, I think Moser literally launched in 2022, I think. So, it's fairly new. But I know how good their products are. I mean, yes, I haven't tested them. I haven't even been on a direct drive wheelbase, which this one is. But I've heard very good reviews for Moser. So, yeah, I kind of took the nail on the head and got one. And I'll tell you what, I'm loving Moser. I might not be as fast as I used to, but I'm still learning, I'm still learning how the things work at the moment. Like, load cell, I've never used a load cell brake before. And I just know that there's so much more potential in my braking performance. But I'm still learning the brake at the moment. Obviously, feeling from, the wheel as well. With it being direct drive, I'm used to like gear/belt driven wheelbases. I've never used direct drive before. yeah, it feels good. Motor is expensive but good, yeah. Wasn't cheap, but I'm so glad you know, at it. It's really good. Expensive but worth it. What laptop should I get for gaming? That kind of only really relies on your budget and really what games you're going to play as well. Like, if you're only going to play things like Roblox and, you know, simple games, you don't really need to go, like, all over the top like my gaming laptop. The only reason why I got my gaming laptop with the specs it was is because A, it was Mercedes themed, but B, I knew it was going to handle everything that I do well. You know, for, you know, like F1, Minecraft, you know, EAFC. I knew it was going to do all of those games flawlessly with no lag, and it has done that. You know, I was able to literally, like, take, what was it, a few weeks ago? I literally did my league race on a laptop. On a bloody laptop, streaming at the same time, and I don't think I dropped a frame. Yeah, Train Sim World 5. I'm fairly sure I can play that and it'll be absolutely fine. You know, I kind of went over the top just because I knew it was going to do everything that I needed it to do. And obviously, you know, because, you know, as we head into the summer months, obviously I might need to start using it, you know, downstairs or whatnot. I know I can just use that and it'll run everything that I want to do flawlessly. What model is that? If you're meaning the laptop, hello King Rider, by the way. It is a Intel i9, which is different to my PC because my PC is an AMD Ryzen 9. So it's trying to get, you know, back to, you know, using Intel again. I mean, to be fair, there's no difference, to be honest. It has, to be fair, it has a better GPU than my PC. But the thing is that a gaming PC does not perform as well as or a gaming laptop does not perform better than a PC does. So the basic processor or the basic thought around that is that because obviously a laptop doesn't perform as well as a PC does, if I was to go with a better spec'd laptop, it should perform as well as my laptop. That was the plan. So it has an RTX 4070, I think it was, whereas my PC has a 3070 Ti. It has obviously a 1TB SSD. It doesn't actually have any hard drives, but I have a hard drive that I can use. And yeah, it's just fantastic. 4K screen. But obviously I use it on my main monitor, you know, if I'm doing it in my bedroom, things like that. How you become a signaler in SCR? When the signaling applications open on the Discord server. They're not open at the moment because they literally did some last year-ish, so they're not really looking for any more. But usually, you know, when they open, you can apply. I think literally like 700 people passed the last application, so I really don't think that they'll be doing another one anytime soon. However, senior signaling apps did open a few weeks ago, or well, I'd say roughly around a month ago. But the thing is that you had to be a signaler to apply for that, which I was. I applied, so I'm hoping I can get somewhere good with that. So yeah, I've only made manager app reading stages once. The other times I've passed app reader stages, I've passed the first stage a few times. To be fair, my last application I didn't even pass the first stage. So there has been a few where I have gone to app reader stages. Only once I've been to manager, you know, stages. And basically, I think the only reason why I failed on that one is because the enthusiasm that I showed in that application didn't match any others. I think that's literally, you know, the only thing that they marked me down for. But yeah, that was about it. Can you rank SSG rank in the application? Well, that's the thing, you know, that's what I applied to be. I need to turn. It's a police car as well. You should know what I'm trying to do. Thank you. You too, King Pilot. You too. Hello, Levi, as well. So yes. Just going back to my gaming laptop, I have honestly had thoughts about when we enter June, or you know, like the hot months, I just do all of my streams on my laptop. Even if it's a cool day, I just do everything on my laptop in my room, because obviously I can play on my laptop absolutely fine. You know, I can just plug everything into my USB hub and just plug that into my laptop. Like, that's fine. I even have a, you know, a separate USB hub that I can plug into my current USB hub. So honestly, you know, I might just use my laptop like just all the time when we head into like June and stuff, because it'll keep my room, you know, cool. Obviously in the evenings, because obviously it's getting a little bit warm in my rooms in the evening, so obviously having a laptop will help to, will help to prevent that. In some cases, it's actually kind of quieter than my PC when it's not running in its turbo mode. Because I remember as well, like when I did that trucking stream, or sorry, that F1 stream. Although I was getting warm in the race, as soon as I stopped racing, my room instantly cooled down. Because I had it running on its turbo mode, and to be fair, when I've got like music playing and obviously the game sound, you can't actually hear the fans. It's only when I'm not really speaking is when you hear them. Like right now, you can just about hear them, but obviously that's, you know, that's because A, I've got my mic super sensitive because it's quite far away, and yeah, I obviously don't have any music. I mean, the only thing I have is the background game. I mean, if you're not really listening to it without headphones, then you probably can't even hear it at all. You've been sick all day. I hope you get better soon. I like trucking streams because they are quite peaceful, hence chilled out. Yeah. Unless you go on the CD road. Or the death road. In which case, it is chaos. But honestly, ever since I've moved to Mosa, I've really regained a passion for trucking. Using this wheel and the stalks, it's so fun. It's so fun. Yes, having a small wheel is obviously, you know, good and all, but it just doesn't really do it justice. It really doesn't. And having the stalks as well just adds even more, because, you know, you're actually doing the indicators, the lights, obviously the wipers as well, cruise control. Yeah, honestly, it's just so fun. And honestly, I just can't wait until there's some World of Trucks, you know, jobs that I want to do. Take Christmas, for example, you know, I wish that I had this sort of setup as I was doing, you know, that World of Trucks event. It was so fun. Or unless you get the VC to join. Well, that's the thing. I usually do go on a VC. That's when we do convoy mode, though. But obviously, like I said, American Truck, I usually just do single player on my career profile. Obviously, this is a profile that I set up about 2 months ago, I think, or something like that. And the company's doing quite well. I think in the last 7 days alone, we've earned nearly $1 million. Like, we're actually doing pretty decent. And I think by the time we finish this job, we might be able to get a new garage done as well, I think, but I don't know about that. Oh, really? Oh, I don't know. AI in this game. What can I say? What can I say? They're going a bit slow. I mean, I know they're taking an articulated trailer, but wow. You've puked in the toilet. Oh, gosh. I really hope you get better soon, mate. Is there anything that you might have eaten in the past, like, 48 hours that didn't really taste as it should do? Maybe it's just a sickness bug that you've caught then, maybe. I know there's, you know, a few floating around at the moment. It's usually like in winter months though, like summer's actually, you know, kind of a place where it's actually, you know, quite safe, but I don't know. I was expecting to see this at the next weighing scales. Hello random fan of railways. Yeah, I have read above. Sorry. That was a bit dangerous. It didn't tell me to go into this lane. I didn't realise it was going to be here. Oh. Right, yeah. That enter thing is on ETS. Right, note to self. Copy over my ETS settings. Right, we need to get back onto the highway. It's going to be interesting. That wasn't actually too bad. It did cause an accident, £1,000 fine. It's not quid, it's dollars. Right, we've done 5 hours of the journey. Somehow it's taken us about half an hour to do that. Which is actually kind of on par with what I was estimating, to be fair, actually. Wait, did the developer of ETS2 create this game as well? Yes. I mean, it's a whole team of people, SES Software. It's all combined. I think they've done a few other games as well, but I can't remember. It's mostly the trucking things that they do, though. But yeah, the same developers did ETS as you know, they did ATS. I think they focus more on American truck rather than Euro truck, which is weird considering that I think they're based in Czech Republic, I think. Or well, oh wait, no, they moved to Poland, didn't they? I can't remember. One of the one place. Yeah, but a lot of their team do go over to America to do like road trips and obviously get information about like future extensions and stuff. Like, I think there's a new DLC that they're bringing out, and they literally went on like a massive road trip to make sure that it's as accurate as it could be, which is quite impressive, to be fair. You know, they're trying to literally nail every single bit of detail. Favorite 2025 Eurovision song? I don't think there's a favourite, but there's quite a few that I enjoyed. The first one was the Espresso Macchiato song. I don't know why I enjoyed that, but I kind of did. The next one was the Iceland song, which was quite good. Honestly, the vibe of that song is just so good. Honestly, it's just such a good vibe. The next one was Lighter, which was the Norway entrance, or the Norway song. So that was also good as well. I don't know why, but I enjoyed Sweden's. Yeah, that was one of my favourites as well. Another one was Light. Oh wait, yeah, I've already said that one. Lighter, that was Norway. Survivor, which I think was no, it wasn't Malta. That was Armenia, I do believe. However, I did like the Malta song, which was Serving. The one about saunas, yeah. It's actually called Barabadabatsu, I think. And yeah, I also enjoyed the Sweden song as well, the Swedish. Honestly, I thought they were the favourites going into the competition. I don't even think they made it into the top 5 though. I was surprised that we got, 12 votes, I think, from Italy. Like, that was interesting. Like, from the jury vote, we got 12. And honestly, I was thinking, what the hell just happened? The UK got none. It did in the public though. Again, what the hell just happened? You're watching Leo and Stitch on Wednesday? Awesome. But yeah, I really liked how they brought on Baby Lasagna and Karia as well for some sort of like boss battle, it felt like, after the entrances. And obviously they did their Eurovision entry, so Karia's was Cha Cha Cha, and obviously Baby Lasagna's one was whatever his song was. The rap one. And I really liked how the commentator said the winner of our hearts. Yeah. They both came second, I think, in their respective competitions, and obviously they got the most public votes out of anyone. Karia was Finland, Baby Lasagna was Croatian. No, I didn't watch the Liverpool parade on YouTube, no. I'm not really... I don't really watch Liverpool games, to be honest. I literally watched like 5 minutes of the Arsenal one. The women's one, because obviously they won the Champions League a few weeks ago. Women's Champions League, obviously not the proper one. Obviously that one was won by Tottenham. Wait, no, that was Europa League, not Champions League. My bad. Champions League was that Man City and Real Madrid? Actually, no, the Champions League hasn't been played yet. Or the final at least hasn't been decided yet, I don't think. I don't know. Do you know Thomas and Friends and All Mike the Night? Oh, yes. Thomas and Friends was my childhood. I literally have a sticker literally on my bedroom window that literally is about Thomas and Friends. And Mike the Night, when I was young, I used to literally get play sets of like different scenes in them. There was so much red smoke when on the road called the Strand. Interesting. Thing is, though, is that I literally can't remember Mike the Knight now. I used to love it, but I'm trying to think back, and I can't remember any. I can't remember any of the episodes. Nowadays, though, I don't really watch much TV. There's only really two things that I watch. I might pull off the highway just to get some fuel here, I think. Just so I know that I'm safe on it. The first one is The Apprentice. Because that's fun. I mean, technically I don't really watch it on TV. I watch it either on my PC or on my iPad using BBC iPlayer. I also watch BGT a little bit as well. Yeah, the You're Fired thing. I have to say, I didn't really watch the sequels until literally like a few years ago. And I really like the segments where, you know, the things where it, you know, where it catches the host's eyes. It really caught my eye. So yeah, I watched BGT as well. And for some odd reason, it's only something that literally happened, obviously, you know, a few months ago, I think. I started to watch Coronation Street. I don't know why. It's just something that was grabbing my interest. But again, I don't really watch that on TV. I kind of watch the clips on YouTube. Oh no, it's weird. I don't know why. Golden Buzzer, yeah, that's BGT. Honestly, when they announced it for the semi-finals, I was like, what the hell? So they're just going to put through their already Golden Buzzers through to the final. Like, what the hell is that? And then as they, as they revealed the details, I was kind of like, I was starting to, you know, understand it. You know, fair enough. You know, one judge only has, you know, the responsibility for that episode, and they can only press it once. So, you know, again, that was all right, but the thing is that it just didn't really feel the same. It really didn't. Like the semi-finals are all about the public vote. Because the judges just put through sob stories. Move over, pal. When it's 24,000 subs, I have no idea. Probably not for a few months at least. Who do you hope gets the wild card for the final? No one does. They only used to do the wild card when there used to be 4 semi-finals. Now there's 5. There has to be 1. I don't think there is, because there's 8 finalists. Which is how many there should be. Adding 1, that means 9. Because back in the day, there only used to be 4 semi-finals, which meant you only had 6, and then the judges got a wild card, and oh, wrong button. The judges got a wild card, and the public's also got a wild card. There isn't 10 finalists, is there? Oh yeah. Lol. I don't think they ever had, like, 11 acts. I don't think they ever explained how the wild card goes. know. I can't remember. You have a long way to go, indeed. We're doing alright though. We've nearly done about... Well, I was about to say 10 hours, not really. We've done like 8.5 so far. There used to be 12, one wild card for judges, one for public. Now, I'm fairly sure there only used to be like 4 semi-finals though. So that means that they only would have had 8. So then 2 more, it would have been 10. I don't even know. What edition of Train Sim World 5 should I get? It really depends on if the deluxe edition has any interest to you. There's been 5 for ages. I honestly can't remember. I literally don't. I'm thinking deluxe. I mean, if that's the one that you want to go for it. I mean, to be fair, from like 2020, I kind of took a break from BGT a little bit. I kind of didn't really watch it. I started to get back into it like 2022, 2023, I think. Obviously, the best years of BGT have to be like pre-2019. Like when the acts were, you know, actually genuine. And not just... Why are you breaking so much? And not just... this happened to me when I was young. Ah. And just picked out auditions. Apes. Like, honestly, the most genuine audition we've had this season is probably the light ones. The ones where they dance around in LEDs. Like, that's probably the most genuine BGT act we've had this year. Hello, Amethyst and Luke. Hello, Noah as well. Oh my god. Hello, Raptor fan as well. Remember the last time I was watching the final of BGT was 2018 when we voted Lost Voice Guy and he won, and then I didn't care before 2023. Oh yeah, Lost Voice Guy was pretty good. We are delivering to somewhere in Texas, I think. Yeah, the Blackouts, that's it. Oh mate, just move. You don't need to be sorry that you're late, Paul. The magician that won on was it Saturday? Oh my days. Clearly that was planned. I literally know how he did it. I literally know how he did it. It took 7 minutes. Most acts are like 2 or 3. He took double the amount of time and got the bloody golden buzzer. It was just too long and just did not work for an act, for like a variety performance. In a stage show it would have worked fine, yes, but I don't know. How long is the journey for? In total, well, I don't know in total, but technically it should take you around about 2 hours in game, but there's traffic that you need to take into consideration, refueling. I would say this whole journey would probably take us 3 hours. I mean, we're 10 hours into the journey now, and we've been going for around about an hour, which is what I was expecting. Because like 10 hours in game is roughly like an hour. Or 30 minutes, sorry. Wait, that means that my calculations have been wrong. Wait, no, because that means this journey is going to take Oh, this journey's going to take 4 hours. Wait, is 10 hours 40? Because roughly, an hour in game is about 3 or 4 minutes. So I guess in an American truck it's 4 minutes. It is officially 8 PM in the UK. It is indeed. Have you ever heard of Truckee? Yes, I have. I actually used it for a bit. I haven't used it in a while. I probably should get back to using it. Hello Chang, by the way. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. From Wednesday to Friday was the best 48 hours of my life. That's good. It's really good. They are similar to Lights, Balance, and Lights, Balance kids from AGT. Oh, from American's Got Talent. I don't really watch American's Got Talent, to be fair. As I say that, America's Got Talent just uploaded on YouTube. I've watched a few of their things. I actually really enjoyed last season's winner. The Journey singer. His vocals were powerful. Like, well-deserved winner, if I should say. I didn't watch all of the auditions, but I watched his, and yeah, he was fantastic. Thank you, by the way, Yo Flight Sim Player. Celebrating Tottenham Hotspur win the Europa final. Fair enough, fair enough. I will say, props to the Tottenham player that did the goal line clearance. Wow. He basically saved that game. Honestly, if that goal had gone in, it would have gone to pens, that game. It would have gone to pens. Or was it Man? Oh, I can't remember. The other team would have won it. Is it Man City or Man United? It was one of the It was one of the Manchester teams. Hello, Chaser, by the way. Man United, yeah. These ATS streams for me are just background noise. Yeah, I mean, I can completely understand that. I can completely understand that. I remember when I used to listen to some like podcast type videos, or just plainly just, well, you know, similar streams, and you know, I just had it in the background while I, as I do like college work or something like that. Only come to chill. Honestly, that's exactly what I'm here for. Where is Callum? He doesn't really join the ATS streams. He really only does the Euro Truck ones. Which is more realistic, Train Sim World 5 or this? They're kind of a bit of both, to be honest. Because they both have different physics for different things. I'd say they're probably equal. I'd say Train Sim probably has better physics, but the thing is with trucking is that they modify it to be heavily played on a sim like this, like with a proper wheel. So yeah, with Train Sim, it's kind of a, that's more of a keyboard / console type game. Neither ETS2 or ATS are on console, so with that one they can develop it deeper, and hence I think they have better graphics and things like that. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Train Sim. Obviously, Train Sim is way better graphic as well. Compared to things like British Railways and SCR, and that sort, because it's supposed to be more realistic. But even still, it's just. Wow. They both exceed in compared to comparison, but in different ways. Didn't get my answer. I don't think you put in a question, or if you could remind me of what your question was. Well, if you buy a train throttle thing and those. Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't really looked into them, to be honest. Oh, I'm turning off there. Never mind. Do I like British Railway or SCR? I like them both equally, to be honest. There's not really one I enjoy over the other. I live in the UK, so it's 8 PM at the moment. I've just gotten into BR and I guarded an 805 to Belmont Green. Awesome. In my opinion, BR for realism, SCR for arcade. Yeah, exactly mine. Exactly the same opinion, you know, myself. Depends on, you know, it depends on the mood. If I want more of a challenge, maybe BR. If I want to be chilled out, SCR maybe. I'd say I probably play SCR more than BR. So if we're going off generic game time, SCR. I've had a BR and SCR ripoff. I made a vid on it. Interesting. I've never really played the ripoff versions, to be honest. Like, why do you need to make a ripoff version when, you know, you can literally just play it anyway? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. What do you call a wire on top of the train where it connects to the top of the train? I think the pantograph, I think? If that's what you're talking about? Filter light, I think I can go. Hello, Mohammed. It's called Project Transit. Oh, that game. I mean, it's not really a rip-off, it's kind of its own game, to be honest. What are we doing for damage? Pretty decent, actually. Not too bad. I mean, the tyres are definitely taking some sort of wear, to be honest. I'm not watching Mike the Night. It'll probably be copyrighted anyway. Next stream, play SCR. The next SCR stream will be on Saturday. It's British Railways tomorrow. The next video is a secret video. I'm about 50% of the way done of editing it. So hopefully with any luck I should, in theory, be able to get that out at some point this week. Why is my neighbour screaming so loudly? I don't know. Sit on the train somewhere far street. Don't say anything! I don't really go to places, really. Well, that's a lie, I kind of do. I don't really go, like, far to places and things. Well, at least not, like, pretty much, like, halfway across the country. Which tube line you use the most? I think back in the day I took the circle line quite a lot, I think. Why is your audio or mic so is loud? Because the game is trying to find a balance between my mic and the game sound, and yeah, sometimes I have to sort of like... It's tricky, okay? Hello Sarah, by the way, as well. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. When did I join SCR? In 2019, summer of 2019. Well, I just like to play it, you know, as I would probably drive a truck in real life, to be honest. After that, can we watch more funny train announcements? Probably not, no. Favorite DMU train? I don't really know, to be honest. Probably like a freight train or something. Head Optimistic, how are you doing? Yeah, I believe it was version 1.3.3 is when I joined. The thing is, back then, SCR felt so different to how it feels like today. Like, I just played that as a sort of like simulator. I mean, I still do now, but like, I played it very differently then to how I played, you know, to how I play it now. I don't know why, but I decided to watch you letting Lauren drive a train on your account. Yeah. Why not? Made that years ago now. Or at least I think I did. Can't remember now. They don't slam the brake that much on 2.0 update. That is true, actually. I can remember the day they updated it, everyone was like overshooting stations and things. My day's been well, thank you. Hope your day has gone well as well. I join a random SCR server and immediately someone asks about you. I know. I get it as well. Like, I join... Are you that YouTuber? Are you real? Where are you? Where are you? My response, I don't know, I don't know. Is this game realistic? I mean, it teaches you driving laws, but I'd say... I mean, its physics are good, but they're not perfect. I'd certainly say it depends on... Well, A, if you're driving, obviously, with, you know, using a keyboard, obviously you're not going to get the effect, you know, if you... than driving on a wheel. But I think it also depends on your wheelbase as well. Like, gear and belt driven don't really provide the power a wheelbase should do, but a direct drive obviously tries to simulate real life forces. But a key word there, tries and simulates. Not perfect. But don't get me wrong, I have used this game to really improve IRL driving. Like, I think it was in 2018 I did a truck driving experience, and I reversed the trailer dead straight just because I played Euro Truck so much. Like, the instructor even complimented me, saying people have been driving 20 years and still can't keep it in a straight line, which I did. So me, never driven a truck, was driving better than someone who had been driving a truck for 20 years. Just because I play Euro Trucks so many times. But the thing is, I was only driving in a straight line. Like, I wasn't going around corners and things. That's probably where it would have been a bit more tricky, but I think, to be fair, I would have been okay with that. I think I got a 92 on that day. As well, 92 out of 100. I think the reason why is because I think when I was doing a slalom, I knocked down a few cones. And also when it came to... I had to try and judge where the back of my trailer was. I had to try and get that in line with some cones. But the thing is that he said that I missed it by about 20 meters or 20 feet or whatever. But when I looked back on the recording, it looked dead on, so I don't know if he meant the back of the cabin or the back of the trailer. I don't know which one he meant. And then I did it again, and it was the same, so I don't know. But again, I was judging that off mainly positioning and shadows as well. I forgot you play Fortnite. I don't really play it a lot, to be honest, though. It's that time of year that I feel I have to urge you to go. I have to urge you to go to the beach. I go into the beach on holiday in Yorkshire in the summer. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a good time. I used to go to the beach pretty much every summer, but ever since COVID, no. We used to go to a place called Haven Holidays. We probably wouldn't do now due to the new seaside spot, like Jesus Christ, but yeah. That basically used to be our second home in the summer, to be honest. We used to do a lot of day trips out, to be fair. Like, I think there was a few times we went to Skegness, sometimes to Butlins, and I remember one time when we went to Butlins, our parents surprised us with a trip to Fantasy Island, because we could see Fantasy Island basically from the top of the swimming, not section, the swimming complex. You know, when you got up to the top of the stairs, I could see part of Fantasy Island, and I think we left like Butlins at like I think we left it once at like 4:30. So we had like a good 3 or 4 hours at Fantasy Island. And I remember doing the Millennium about like 3 times. You know, in one go, well, I say one go, but like going off and on it constantly. They were fun times. Oh yeah, I'll try, but I can't promise anything that I'll watch Mike the Night again. I've got other things to watch at the moment. I remember one time as well when we went to Skegness for a day trip. I didn't eat until like 9 p.m, 9-10 p.m. Because again, you know, we went to Fantasy Island, and the other members of my family, they wanted a chip shop because there's literally one nearby. I wanted a McDonald's, and I didn't eat until like 9 p.m. Which I think still to this day is the latest I've ever had. I've ever had tea. Unless you want to count having a McFlurry at midnight as being tea, but that wasn't my full tea. That was the dessert. I'll talk about that. But yeah, I remember having a McDonald's that night, and it was so late. It's like, you know, like I said, like 9:30, 10 p.m. Grabbing one tomorrow. Interesting. I just can't wait until my birthday so I can get another one. It's been what, like a month? Actually, probably not even that. Like a few weeks, and I already want one. I already want another one. Oreo too. I mean, I was more of a cream egg person, to be honest. I love when they did, you know, when they did the Monopoly stickers. I think they still do, but it's not really the same anymore. Anyway, yeah, I remember getting a thingy. You know, getting a McDonald's at like 9:30, 10 p.m. I think it might have been the same day where I saw the what's the thing? The RLNI? That didn't sound right. The rescue boat. They scrambled to a call or some sort of drill, which is quite cool. I also remember once just going to the fair just for a day out. Anyway, about the McFlurry situation. So, it obviously used to be on a day where we went to like something like Haven or something for like a night. You know, we get a camping sort of admission fee, which are super cheap, which is basically where we just go for the night and that's it. Obviously, I usually have a Burger King, because that's usually what I have when we go to Haven. Because there's not a McDonald's, there's not a KFC. The only fast food restaurant there is Burger King. And I mean, to be fair, Burger King do nice ice creams as well. But obviously, I like McDonald's. So basically, as we were going home, because it used to be quite late at night, we used to like set off at like 11 p.m. or something. Because we used to stay for like Go Move or something like that. Oi! Okie dokie. We used to set off, and then yeah, roughly when we got to the first McDonald's, it used to be like midnight-ish. So yeah. We used to pull into McDonald's and I used to get myself a McFlurry as a sort of like dessert, like late dessert. I remember once when I went to Cleethorpes Thorpe Park, obviously now Cleethorpes Beach thing, Cleethorpes Holiday Beach. They've changed the name. We went to the theme park that was next to it, obviously now sadly closed down, Pleasure Island, and I think this is in 2014, I do believe. We went to the theme park first, and then we went to the, then we went to the Haven for the evening. It was pouring it down with rain, and we still went there. It was so quiet. It was eerily quiet. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, it was me. It was our family and one other family. Like, we were all suited up in waterproof clothing that did absolutely nothing, may I add. But yeah, we went out in the pouring rain and we just went on rides. And I think the staff hated us. Because they had to turn up just to see two families roaming around the park. It was so quiet, but I'll tell you what, the queues were fantastic. All the rides were basically walk on. I remember going on a ride that went upside down in the pouring rain, when usually I don't think they operate those rides in the pouring rain. Because no one usually turns up. But I did. And it was probably one of the most fun yet scariest experiences I've had on a ride. So yeah, we went there for like the day, and then we went to Haven in the evening. I think then we even went back the next day for something, but I can't remember what for. Forget signaling, maybe a day in the life of a supervisor, hopefully. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it will be in the signaling department, to be fair. So 2 content creators in 1 department. Yeah. Me and Dweller. Squad and Cash are in guarding, aren't they? Oh look, we're at the Division 2 Champions City, Casper. Cash resigned agent. Oh, did he? I didn't remember that. Well, squad at least. I know he's definitely, I definitely know he's an SGD. I don't care. I'm colorblind. That was not red. Dweller is a manager. He is indeed. How am I supposed to tell you about Mike the Knight when I can't remember it myself? In my town, all the lights are red lights here. That's a joke I made. My department. Hee. Would you rather have £100 a day or save up your money? Well, if you get £100 a day, then you're effectively saving up your money anyway, so I'll take the £100 a day. You know, saving your money, you're basically meaning the money that I get now. Or if you mean if I had to spend £100 a day. I get given £100 and I have to spend it. Probably save my money then. Because the thing is that, not gonna lie, but most things that I want, and this is gonna sound really weird, most things I want are more than £100. Like, I kind of need a new iPad. I mean, this one's doing fine, but I would like to get an updated model at some point. But, you know, this one does me fine at the moment, so I don't really do that. I kind of want a new mouse, because I don't like the sensor on that one. I want to get another one. And, this is going to sound crazy, but I kind of want a new mic as well. Because this is a condenser mic, I think, which is very, very sensitive. And I think I want to look at a dynamic mic, because the dynamic one is very close pickup range, which is kind of what I do with my mic anyway, so I kind of want to look for a condenser mic, and I think I've got my eye set on one, which is the SM7DB, which used to be just an XLR input, but they recently bought out a USB, or sorry, they recently bought out a XLR to USB adapter, and that's what the SM7DB, all that thing does. And the SM7DB is one that has an inbuilt preamp, so you didn't have to run it through a you didn't need to run it through an audio compressor to get that amplification. It's audio stuff you guys probably don't understand. Basically, I'd need to put my audio input on like plus 100% just to at least get some of my voice going through it. But with the preamp, you can already up it by 60 decibels, I think it is, which is more than enough that you need for podcast type things. I think my current one only does like 30 or something. Maybe even 20. So yeah, it's quite good, the microphone that I'm looking at, but obviously this one does, you know, this one's fine at the moment, so as long as everything's working, I kind of don't want to add something that will break it. Like, honestly, the lighting that I use in my setup, I got it from literally like a £5 like vlogging kit that I literally got one day. It used to be a TikTok like kit thing, but the thing is that the light was so bright that I actually, you know, use it, you know, as my own lighting, you know, for when I do YouTube stuff. It's weird, but like it works for me. And honestly, it's perfect lighting as well. I don't like big bulky lights. I mean, I know they are the, you know, I know there's the key lights, but the thing is that it's better to have two of them, but I don't have the room for key lights. Like, even though they're compact, I don't have the space for them. I probably only have space for one, which is where my current light is now, so it doesn't really make any difference. Would you rather to have £10,000 or to watch old children TV from the good old days? I mean, if I took the 10,000, does that mean that I literally just can't watch children's TV shows then? Like, it's either or. Like, if I have to take that, then I can't watch children's TV shows. If it was that way round, then I probably would pick children's TV shows. But if it was the first thing, like I said, you know, I can still watch them, then I would probably do the £10,000 one. Your Wi-Fi is absolutely rubbish. I remember when I used to have bad Wi-Fi. Well, thinking about it more realistically, the 10 grand would benefit me a lot more. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, you could just put it all into a savings account, to be fair, and then just have that go up, you know, over time. Valid point. Or, you know, college education. Or university more. Driving lessons, your first car. Very true. Yeah, student loans. Well, yeah, true. The thing is, though, is that student loans take ages to pay off. Like, I've known people that have gotten student loans and they don't pay it off until they're in their, like, mid-40s. Like, I mean, they can probably, you know, pay it off a lot earlier, but I've known people that haven't, you know, that haven't fully paid it off until they're in their mid-40s. It's not a secret stream, it's a secret video. I don't know yet, because I haven't fully finished editing it yet. If all goes well, maybe Friday... Either Friday or Sunday. What is it? I'm not saying. It's a secret. You don't need to pay it off at all, wiped off after 30 years. Well, no, you do. You kind of do need to pay it off, otherwise that's theft. Hello, Demon School. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, exactly. You do need to pay it off. If you don't, then it's theft, which, you know, is against the law. Who told you that? Yeah. You get a loan, and then over time you pay it back with a ridiculous interest rate. That's how they get you. So you actually pay back even more than what you loaned out. But that is a point of a loan. However, the interest is over time. So, in theory, the quicker you can pay it back, the less money you'll actually have to pay back in full. That's the catch. I don't know what the current thing is, but let's say you take out a loan of £100, alright? Simple numbers. And let's just say the interest rate is 5%. That means over time you have to pay back 5% more than what you have to pay back originally. So say if you were to pay back, you know, $10 every month, you'll actually be paying back basically £10 and 5p. Something like that. However, the £100 is the normal payment. The interest rate is the added thing. So over time, you'll actually pay back £105 rather than £100. That's the catch. However, if you paid it back in one full go, then you'll only be paying £100 and 5p. I've never taken out a loan or anything, so take all of that with a pinch of salt. I've never, you know, I've never worked with loans. I've never needed one. Because honestly, for me, it was college, then done. Oh wait, I thought. Why did I think this is a fueling station? What's so secret about it? You'll see when it comes out. Don't say, Kalen. Thank you, Carla. Thing. How do you pronounce your name? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Student loans work differently. I will never pay it off completely. Currently, only paying $250 a month, and will never earn enough to pay it all off. My starting balance is less than my current balance. Well, no, because when it comes to student loans, they see what you earn for that month and they decide what they take off. So you still have enough money to live, but over time you will eventually pay it back. I know. Like I said, I know people who have had student loans. My stepdad had one. I know all about student loans. Well, ish. I will never earn enough to clear it as a primary school teacher. My stepdad was a teacher. Oh, he still is. You two work in similar industries. Obviously not a similar job because he didn't really do primary. He did more like college stuff. What the hell is that song? A good song. I'm doing fine, thank you, by the way, and I hope you're doing well yourself. Currently driving on American truck, because we can. $18.5 hours still to go. I'm I mean, if we get on with it, we might be able to do it today. I don't know, though. I'm from the UK. But I'm originally from Mars. I feel sorry for the Heidenheim fans because I think they're about to get relegated. I'm guessing you're talking about a football team or something, or a sports team. No clues from Wednesday's stream. It will all make sense when the video comes out, okay? It will all make sense. Speaking of things, that's a cool thing there. Wait! Didn't they do WrestleMania in that arena one time? I'm fairly sure there used to be a WrestleMania arena. Yeah, it sounded like a German team, yeah, from the Bundesliga. For a moment, I thought you were talking about Heineken. I was just like, what? Well, why are you talking about alcohol? Signaling department love their alcohol. Oh, great! So I'm basically entering the drunk SCR department. I don't really drink all that much, to be honest. It's, you know, it's mainly special occasions where, you know, I have a glass or two. Well, I don't really have to be honest. I only have one a day. Well, you know, like one glass. But like I say, you know, it's not every day. It's mainly for birthdays and Christmas, I think, is when we usually, you know, get something. I mean, sometimes when there's like an offer on one as well, sometimes. You know, it's not just birthdays. Sometimes Easter, if there's like, you know, a special event, you know, on Easter. I think there was a coronation one that my sister liked. Well, yeah, but you can't. Optimistic due to your religion. You're back from the Indy 500. Awesome. I hope you had a good time. You witnessed a race that was more enjoyable than the Monaco Grand Prix. No, but I'm saying even if I could, I wouldn't. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not that bad, to be honest. You're from Austin, Texas. Ah, nice. You're American. No, but like it's not. Well, yeah, it's not necessarily. I mean, it's ridiculously expensive. You know, which is why, you know, we only have it for special occasions. Plus, it's not good for you as well. I've seen the state of people that have alcohol. Well, all I will say is that's the worst they can be. It's not usually that bad. Let's just say there was a crash before it began. Yeah, I think I saw that. Because I want to protect my liver. Exactly. Exactly. What? I was just making sure I wasn't trapped on anything on my wire. How did that happen? I'm going to load an autosave because I was just making sure that whatever I was catching was out the way. No, I've not even been to America. The only thing I really know about Austin is the Circuit of the Americas is, well, I mean, it's not in Texas, it's actually above Elroy, I do believe, which is a village just outside of Texas, which is just outside of Austin. That was a big crash. Let me know you're okay. Yeah, we heard that a lot on Thursday, didn't we? Speaking of which, honestly, I can't wait for tomorrow. I really hope I'm quick on 25. I really hope I am. What do you mean? Well, obviously, I DNF'd in both the sprint and the feature race. Nice peak for you. Literally! Hey! Oh, my days. Both of them could have been easily avoided. Like, I'm fairly sure they were both at the same corner as well. My car just did not want to turn. The greatest spectacle in racing, which was pain to get in and out of. Yeah, the Indy 500 does get a lot of traffic, to be fair. It's like the Silverstone Grand Prix or, you know, any of the, you know, F1 events. A lot of traffic. It's like over 3 hours in both ways. Jesus. What happened if you needed the loo? Well, I mean, most people do kind of bring, like, not so much camper vans, but like RVs, motorhomes to sporting events, so, you know, they can just go in there. Probably not when the vehicle's in motion, though, but 350,000 attendants, I know, it's crazy. Opinions on the speed limit on the roads? Well, they are there for safety. You were sitting by turn 4. Hmm. Isn't that the final corner of the Indy 500? Because the Indy... I think so. I mean, like, what's your opinion on the road right now and how fast? I mean, 55 is quite slow, but, you know, there's turns. I mean, in real life, I see why it is. But in a simulator, I do kind of want to go fast. But at the same time, I do kind of want to try and respect limits as much as I can. The Kia Grand Prix 2020 was mental. I know, jeez. How Roman Grosjean got out of that, I will have no idea. I think that's actually the oh wait. I think that's actually the last race that Lewis won. Before he got his 20... Oh, wait, was it? Oh, wait, no, of course it wasn't. What am I thinking? No, his last win was the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in 2021 before he got his 2024 victory. What? Why did I remotely think? I just forgot 2021 was the season. And how could I forget? It was a great season. How's the truck journey when I wasn't here? I mean, it's been alright. We are about 16 hours away. In-game. IRL, that's probably about... Well, let's say we did about an hour and 40 minutes. Or, sorry, 10 hours in-game in about 40 minutes. Roughly about an hour-ish. I don't know. I do need to look for some fuel though, and I think that's where I might end. I think that's where I might end this stream off. What's the game again? American Truck Simulator. Any races you want to go in the future? If so, the Indy 500 on it. The thing is with the Indy 500 is that it's not really in an accessible area for me because obviously I'm from the UK. Obviously, I would like to go to the Silverstone Grand Prix one year. I was kind of wanting to go for like in 2020, but obviously that's when COVID hit. So, you know, it was kind of like, that's not going to happen. You know, I was kind of going to use some, you know, some of my birthday money maybe to see if I could try and get some tickets, but... Yeah. Thing is that by my birthday it probably would have been sold out anyway, so... Well, for good seats at least, you know, down like the, you know, the main straight or something. I mean, maybe some like flyaway races, but I really don't know. Former F1 driver Marcus Ericsson finished second. In what race? Can you try bus simulators? I have done in the past. I think the McLaren reserve driver won it. Ah, a reserve. unheard of. Oh, the Indy 500, right. Of course. Doesn't Roman Grosjean compete in the Indy 500? Can't remember. Hello, Crazy. You've actually joined a good conversation because we're actually talking about F1. He isn't in IndyCar anymore. Well, Primo Reserve, I think. Ah. I just finished watching an F1 Manager stream. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Obviously, I hope to do one on Friday if I can. If you were to go to the Indy 500, what would probably have to fly into Chicago first, where I live, because it's an international flight, and then drive 3 hours down to Indianapolis? I'm pretty sure there's flights from London to around Indianapolis though, so probably would just be easier to get a flight just to there. I mean, America is a big place. I'm sure there's a few airports between Chicago and Indianapolis. Honestly, any time someone mentions Chicago to me, I immediately think of that Victorious episode where Trina Vega just bellows, "Chicago, Chicago." I don't know why. The point is, the point is that it's supposed to be badly sung. That's the point. Saw a Grosjean video of him in IndyCar on board his channel. Ericsson spun in front of him. First thing I thought, I think Grosjean hit her. Back your revenge. F1 still needs to go back to Indianapolis. Miami GP does not cut it. I don't think it holds its grade A license though. I fell asleep to T and Marduk F1 2018 career mode last night. Lol. No, unfortunately the game is only available on PC. I don't mind Miami. I mean, me neither, but it just doesn't really fit well as an F1 track, I don't think. Like, it's in a bloody car park. Like, come on, F1 needs a bit more, to that. But no. They instead put it into a car park. Stream is looking dope. I really enjoyed it. Do stream daily. Appreciate the kind words, but yes. Well, I try and stream daily. Obviously, on Mondays, I do a trucking stream, either American Truck or ETS. It's on a rotor every week. Every Tuesday is a British Railway stream. I'm going to try and pull in over here. Wednesday is either Game of My Choice or Roblox. Again, on a rotor. try and go around and maybe... is that a parking space? I kind of want to reverse in, to be honest. What was I up to? Yeah, Wednesday is either on a rota between Roblox or Game of My Choice. Thursday is XRS or some sort of F1 stream. If XRS isn't on, which obviously this week it isn't because it's the season break. And probably won't be into the one next week either. I don't know how many weeks it's going to be of no F1. Friday, I'm now going to see if I can try and do a double stream. Obviously, the most one is Minecraft, and then I want to try and do F1 Manager as well. I kind of want to do F1 Manager in the afternoon, so then I can do Minecraft in the evening. There we go. Yes, that's Friday. Saturday is an SCR stream, and then Roblox is on a Sunday stream, usually. But again, you know, it could alternate on a Wednesday, you know, depending on the thing. So yeah. That's what I usually try and stream on a weekly basis. Fetch is so good at driving, you need a Bugatti. Honestly, my sort of dream car is a Range Rover Autobiography, or whatever it is now. I saw a review about it on a video, and it kind of looked like the car that I would want, you know, like a big SUV. Cause yeah, I kind of want, you know, I kind of want a, you know, a spacious car. Honestly, I'm not really into like fast and small compact cars, you know. I kind of want something that, you know, that's a bit big. You want a Fiat 500. I think tomorrow when F1 25 comes out, I'm gonna definitely do FP1 to get used to the handling. Yeah. Give me a P or P50 won't be able to fit in. Well, yeah, I think Jeremy only built the P45 to only fit him. Also going to a NASCAR race in the streets of Chicago where I live at, the Grant Park 165, and that's in July. Interesting. So yeah, where was I going with this? I actually don't know. Let's listen to Dope Jam. I don't think we'll do that today, but anyway, it is just gone, well, I say just gone 9 PM in the UK. Well, it's 10 past 9, but oh well. I think I'm going to go ahead and... let me restart that. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream because it's... Well, I usually stop streaming at 9 anyway, so... Are you still planning open lobbies on Thursday? Yes. Yes, I am. Because I really want to do that. Honestly, I might do it on 25 because I'm just done with 24 at this point. Yeah, so I don't know. I might just do it on 25. Yes, we might not be able to get many people on, but I just can't be bothered on F1 24 anymore. So yeah, I might see if I can do a stream tomorrow at 4 when F1 25 comes out. I don't know yet though. But yeah, it depends if I want to or if I just want to chill out and just start playing it. So that'll be that. Obviously, it'll be British Railway in the evening, which is good. I'm going to play some F1 24 open lobbies to say goodbye to it today. Yeah, that's fine. Might join you, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, do I want to? Yeah, probably not. But yeah. The helicopters in the pace lap were insane. I mean, I can imagine, to be honest. Bros be doing donuts around in the downtown in 7 p.m. Lol. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, or this stream, sorry, and you want to see more, then obviously make sure you do leave a like. Obviously, make sure to subscribe as well. It's completely free, and you can always change your mind later. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. But until then, take care, and peace out. And as always, stay fetchy.